in this RAG simulation experiment, we basically given a data set with human answers and gold knowledge that human annotated. For each example, we sample gold knowledge and distractor knowledge, and then blend them together to simulate the output of a knowledge retriever and selector. And then we study the knowledge retrieval and selection scores versus the generation scores. So we started here. We repeat this procedure for multiple times to simulate the outputs of the knowledge retriever and selector of different knowledge scores in order to answer the research question of why knowledge selectors are not as helpful as prior works really claimed before. So here are the data sets settings that we use for this experiment. For the data sets, we picked 2 data sets. The first one is Wizard of Wikipedia, our old friend. Again, the setting is that there are 2-party dialogue based on the Wikipedia corpus. And again, there are human annotated knowledge selection and human annotated responses included. And to note that this task has a large solution space, meaning that human annotation may not be the only plausible answer. To complement the characteristic of Wizard of Wikipedia, we also choose another dataset called HOPO-QA. It's a question answering dataset derived from Wikipedia as well. Note that this dataset is created with gold knowledge graph injected with the distractor knowledge graph. Therefore, the answer is likely to be unique without ambiguity. As for the generator models that we use for the simulation, we use 3 types of generators: GPT-4o mini as a relatively stronger generator, and Llama 3.18b in the middle, and Mistral 7b instruct as a relatively weak generator model. We got a whole bunch of very interesting results. First, we found that RAG for LLM is beneficial, even though the LLM may seem, we have seen the Wikipedia articles during the training already. We consistently find that RAG with gold knowledge outperforms full knowledge setting, which is full knowledge setting means we do not use a knowledge selector and directly feed all the knowledge available to the generator model. And this full knowledge setting further outperforms the no knowledge setting, which means we only rely on the LLM's memory without any retrieval. Further, full knowledge setting without the knowledge selection is a very strong baseline. We used the same LLM as the generator for knowledge selection, but none of these LLM selectors outperforms the full knowledge setting. And we found a similar trend for the HOPO-QA dataset as well. More interestingly, we found that, so in these figures, we found the knowledge precision and recall together are good indicators of the generation performance. So in the figures, x-axis and the y-axis represent the knowledge precision and knowledge recall score, respectively. And we found a smooth transition of the colors as we vary the knowledge precision and the recall scores. These colors encode the RAG generation performance. And we use the orange color to indicate the color, to indicate those data points whose RAG performance outperforming the full knowledge setting. And the cyan color here indicates the performance underperforming the no knowledge setting. So as a reminder, RAG in general involves document retrieval, knowledge selection, and final response generation steps. While the knowledge selector step can only improve the knowledge precision score. But this is unlikely to, but meanwhile, I mean, it's also likely to reduce the knowledge recall score naturally. So reflecting in these figures, it means we start with the upper left corner, for example, here, and then moving towards the lower right corner. So like maybe here, if we improve the knowledge selector. And if the knowledge selector is perfect, if we apply a perfect knowledge selector, then maybe we start from here and we directly move horizontally to the right, to rightward, to like maybe here. So our next observation is that knowledge recall is the most crucial knowledge metric for strong generators. Taking the GPT-4o mini on Hopper QA as an example, this trend is very obvious. So knowledge recall, this one is very clear to see the trend. And further, so these figures are the color contours of the RAG generation answer F1 versus the knowledge precision. So F1, generation F1 and versus the knowledge precision scores. Each contour represents a different knowledge recall score. And moving from left to right visualize improving the precision score of the knowledge selector. We found that knowledge capacity, we found that the generator model's capacity determines both the overall performance and the usefulness of the knowledge selection. Specifically, the generator capacity determines the benchmark scores. So given a stronger model, all the three generation scores with gold, knowledge, full knowledge, and no knowledge are higher. This is very intuitive. So see the number, it's 0.8, then 0.55, then like 0.3. Moreover, the generator capacity also determines the room of improvement by the knowledge selector. So given a strong generator model, the room of improvement from the full knowledge setting, so in red dashed line, to the upper bound of the performance, which is the goal knowledge setting, is narrower. So here the range is narrower and wider and even wider. Again, so the full knowledge setting means that we do not use a selector model. Moreover, we found that the task and dataset are also key factors in the RAG performance. As we explained before, Wizard of Wikipedia dataset is noisy, while Hopper QA dataset is clean dataset. And looking at these two examples, the Mistral 7B model on Hopper QA behaves very, very differently from all other models or other results. Our last point of observation is that we find a non-monotonic trend in the improving of knowledge selector for Wizard of Wikipedia dataset. I also find a similar trend in my internal Amazon's project as well. So in these Wizard of Wikipedia figures, there's a clear dent in the orange area. So a dent, a concave dent, and a dent. This means when we improve the knowledge selector by moving lower right, then the generation performance may decrease first. So from lower to a lower right direction. So for example, from here to here, then the generation performance may decrease first and then increase later as we improve the knowledge selector. And we only observe this trend in Wizard of Wikipedia dataset because it's relatively noisy. That means low precision and recall metrics measured here doesn't necessarily truly mean that the retrieval result is bad. And we have more experiments and details in the chapter 6 of my dissertation to explain this phenomenon. So as a conclusion of this simulation experiment, we found the duality of RAG. That is, a strong generator model is robust to noise. Therefore, it prefers more retrieved gold knowledge despite the presence of distractor knowledge. And a weak generator model, on the other hand, cannot handle distractor knowledge and requires a selector to refine the noisy input knowledge. Note that the strength of the generator model is relative to the task and dataset, because we can artificially create a very hard dataset that makes even the SOTA LM behave like a weak generator model. So as a conclusion, we have some recommendations to the future practitioners for this type of experiment. First, pick a strong generator model and then benchmark no knowledge setting, full knowledge setting, and gold knowledge settings. And then prioritize improving the knowledge recall score by improving the knowledge retriever. And finally, only when the knowledge recall score is high enough can a knowledge selector be potentially helpful. Otherwise, even a perfect knowledge selector cannot help at all.